referred to as, oh, you must have an unconscious belief or a subconscious belief that is hindering you in some way, in some negative way. In my understanding from what you said, I would believe more that that is coming from a conscious learned belief or habit or pattern that you've picked up along your physical trail. Could you please elaborate more on what is this statement? It's an unconscious belief, subconscious belief. Is it true that the unconscious mind and the subconscious mind could actually hold negative beliefs for us and affect us in our lives like that? Thank you.
What's the difference? The idea is that patterns and habits are the product of certain subconscious and unconscious beliefs, and therefore they can hold you back from being yourself as long as you continue to buy into them as being more true than the alternative. They form patterns and habits when you might have a fear-based belief that says, don't move forward, keep repeating this, keep going here, keep going there, keep doing this, keep doing that, that prevents you from moving forward. But those so-called patterns and habits are still the product of belief systems, fear-based beliefs, that you may be keeping in your subconscious or unconscious mind because the belief is convincing you not really to deal with them, not to look at them. Just keep repeating the safe things that you're familiar with instead of really moving forward. So yes, by asking that question, if I did move forward, what am I afraid might happen, can begin to reveal what those unconscious or subconscious fear-based beliefs are and give you the opportunity at least to have something to work with to help you move forward by letting them go when they make no more sense to you.
Good day, Bashar.
Good day.
I often, when I share a thought or advice, I tend to help people and help them to kind of shift from reality to reality, and they change. Yes. So I was wondering if that's my mission, or how can I discover more about what I came here to do on Earth?
You follow your passion to the best you can with no insistence on the outcome. Remain in a positive state. Constantly examine your belief systems and let go of the ones that don't work for you. It's as simple as that. Your mission is to be yourself as fully as you can. That's everyone's purpose. How you do it is up to you. Your passion will guide you in that. And that's how you be of service and of best help to everyone. Don't put any pressure on yourself. Just be yourself.
Be myself.
Yes.
Cool.
It's that simple.
So I have this question about the different types of beings, and what is the difference between light beings and spirit guides, and what role do they have? And can we also receive messages from angels or archangels?
Of course, you can receive messages from any consciousness source whatsoever, depending upon the frequency that you happen to be at. So the idea is spirit guides can sometimes be considered light workers. It really doesn't matter in that sense what you label them to be. It's just a matter of what it is you identify with, what frequency you match, and what gives you the ability to download information that is constantly being sent to everyone. It's not a matter of asking for more information or more help. It's a matter of tuning yourself into the information and the help that is always already being sent by spirit guides, extraterrestrials, angels, what have you. It's a matter of you tapping in based on following your passion. Your passion will align your vibration to whatever it is you need at that moment.
And can anyone become a medium and talk to spirit?
No, not everyone has decided that that's the theme of their life, to express it that way. You all have the fundamental potential, but that doesn't mean that everyone will have chosen to express themselves that way. It may not be part of the theme of that person's life.
But if you have some curiosity about it, does that mean...
Then explore it. Then explore it.
Explore it.
Explore it. Follow your passion. Take it as far as you can. If it doesn't go the way you think, that's all right. It may not need to at this point. Sometimes your excitement comes in a particular form just because that's the form that will get you to take the action necessary that you need to take, so you'll wind up where you need to wind up to receive what it is you actually need to receive or do. So never assume that just because your excitement at any given moment comes in a particular way, that means that you have to actually wind up doing that thing. Right. That's why we say no assumption, no insistence, because you don't really know why it came to you that way. If it's going to wind up that you do the thing in the way that it came, well, then nothing's going to stop it as long as you keep following your passion and taking the action on the opportunities that are presented to you. So you don't even really have to worry about that. Just take it as far as you can, never assuming that it's going to wind up being that thing, never assuming that it's not going to wind up being that thing. Just see where it takes you, see where it leads. It will always lead you exactly where you need to be led in perfect timing to receive exactly what you need at that moment. These things work automatically when you understand how to use the formula.
Right. My wife and I went to Hawaii and visited the Haleakala crater.
Oh, all right.
And we did a meditation there, and I had a vision. I was wondering, what are the beings that I saw?
Well, can you describe them?
They were light beings coming out of a spaceship, and they walked to the native people there. I was like seeing kind of a vision, and then they had some kind of a medical device where they were able to scan the body of somebody and see through their bodies, and also
and what do these beings look like to you? Can you describe them?
I was not able to see their faces. It was all light.
Were they tall? Were they short? Were they thin? Were they fat?
I think they had long hands, and they're kind of tall.
All right. This is connected to some of the kinds of beings that have been interacting with indigenous cultures around the world for many thousands of years. We cannot go into too much information about them at this time, but you will learn more about them in your own explorations. But if you focus on the idea that indigenous cultures in different places on your planet have been interacting with these kinds of beings for a long time, you may give yourself more information about how to go forward with this understanding.
Sounds good.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, I was wondering that if there are like simple things we can do to protect Mother Earth. Like, can you mention like 3 things we can do today, simple, to help Mother Earth?
I think this is something you already understand. Do you not understand how to allow yourself to regenerate nature? How to explore alternative technologies that do not negatively impact your environment? Do you not understand these things?
Yeah, I understand. I was wondering if there's like something we can do that has more impact than other things.
It's the taking of the action that has the most impact you can possibly have, no matter what it is, as long as in the direction that you're talking about. It's the taking of any action in that direction that has the most impact, because most people talk about it but don't act on it.
Right.
So take action in whatever you're able to take action on that you deem to be representative, not so much of protection, but of healing, regeneration. Yes. Because remember, in a sense, it's not so much that you're saving the planet. The planet doesn't need saving. The idea is that you're saving the things that live on the planet.
On the planet, yeah.
Because even if everything is destroyed, the planet will regenerate without you, unless it is completely obliterated. And then even then, the molecules and atoms will reform somewhere else into a different place. So the idea is to simply take whatever action you are excited to take that is representative of healing, regeneration, and connections to nature in a more natural way. And that will have the impact it needs to have. Because remember, you already have all the impact you will ever have. By taking the action, you're not creating impact, you're revealing the impact you already have. So reveal yourself by taking those actions.
Thank you, Bashar.
You are welcome. Will that help?
Yes.
All right. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Ha'atu Bashar.
Ha'atu. Good day.
I am so grateful to be interacting with you today.
Our deep appreciation to you for the co-creation of the interaction. What would you like to discuss?
So over the last couple of years, I've been remembering more and more contact dreams that I've had throughout my life.
All right.
And well, remembering isn't really the right way to put it because I never really forgot them. It's more that I'm just now realizing that's what they were.
All right.
And I've noticed some patterns. For example, one of the things that keeps happening is that I'm on a craft and then it starts to go up and I feel this intense pressure in my head.
Yes.
And it's so strong that sometimes it kind of freaks me out and it makes me want to wake myself up.
All right. Well, it's not uncommon for you to not necessarily be completely used to the idea of being shifted to other dimensions that have a very different frequency than your own. It's something that takes practice, and you can ultimately get used to it and let go of the, shall we say, physical body's innate and ingrained protective mechanisms that allow it to think that it has to go into survival mode when in fact everything will be just fine. So it may take some practice and it may take some time, but you can get used to it if you understand that the only thing that's happening is you're being shifted, and that you can always have the opportunity to go back to the frequency that allows your physical body to know that it's just fine.
Okay. And so it's kind of strange because my physical body is asleep in bed, right? It's only my energy body that's going up, or am I actually going up physically?
But you're still connected to physical reality, and therefore there is still a physical reaction in the body to what you're experiencing energetically. And that's what is coloring your experience. It's like having an anchor on the ocean floor that doesn't necessarily allow your ship to sail away as far as it could.
Okay, that makes sense. And any suggestions as to how I might get used to that? Or
up anchor.
Okay. My second question is, so at night I see these swirling ribbons of green light that are floating around my room. Yes. And I remember when I first started seeing them, I was about 12. Yes. And it was kind of strange because it just happened out of nowhere, quote unquote. And recently,
popping out of somewhere, but go ahead.
So recently, these swirls, these ribbons of light that looked like mini aurora borealises, they're starting to take shapes, kind of like silhouettes.
Yes.
And sometimes they are sending green energy right at me, and I'm wondering what they are or who they are.
You are starting to allow your senses to penetrate into higher dimensions where other forms of consciousness exist. You are penetrating into the natural world of the elementals and therefore beginning to actually see them as they're capable of taking shapes. This is what began the legends and the lores of interacting with things like fairies and elves. So you're beginning to penetrate into the natural world of the elementals and allowing them to share their energy with you, so that you can develop a stronger relationship to the natural world and to the elementals that inhabit it.
Okay. And related to this green energy, a few months ago, I had a couple of dozen beings that I think were hybrids kind of pop in and out of my bedroom. And they're also glowing with this exact same color energy.
Yes. Well, again, it's the method that you're affording them. It's the route that you're affording them, because you are getting used to the idea of that particular vibrational energy of nature. You're allowing them to speak to you through it, and therefore they will take on that coloring aspect as they're using your preferred method to communicate with you.
Okay. And any specific significance for the color green? Is it heart?
It's heart energy, yes. And nature energy.
Okay. So my third question, I have met 3 individuals over the last year, all of whom feel very familiar to me.
Yes.
And even though I don't think they know each other, to me, it almost feels like they form some kind of a triad.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Many times you will meet different individuals who have made some form of agreement with you to reflect certain things to you. They could be counterparts from the same oversoul or not. But the agreement simply is that they're helping trigger certain realizations within you.
Okay. And one of the three, my friend AJ and I are both wondering what our relationship looks like on a higher level.
Well, that's a broad question. What do you mean,
Okay.
what it looks like?
I'm just curious as to, how we are connected.
Are you asking if you're part of the same soul family? The answer is yes.
Okay. Alrighty.
Will that do?
Yes, thank you very much.
You are very welcome. Aveo.
Aveo.